Hello,
time.
everyone, and welcome back.
We are a really coordinated team of streamers who are not currently playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It's time for finals. It is time for Shovelclaws versus 7th Ace, the grand finale of the 1v1 Spectacular. And I'm going to throw it over to Ace Bats because I am, in fact, playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
Flavor of the month. Can't race a slop. Right. We have Shovelclaws and 7th Ace. Shovelclaws getting here after a shocking 2 matches against We Trust John. And Ace Ace is here after beating Miku. And given Miku was probably going to leave either way, I think it's unsurprising we've got Ace. So...
Come on, don't downplay her achievement in beating everyone who was in front of her.
She kicked Miku's ass. But really, was it that consequential in the grand scheme of things?
I mean, it was either that or she would have played Fatal.
Okay. Point being, both of these gamers have fought hard and have played some insane matches, and we're about to see at least 2 more insane matches, ideally. I mean, we've got Hokage all over the shop, we got Churro, we got Shibuya. We got a lovely balanced board in my eyes, but you can see clumps of Shibuya Cho, and I think that's going to be what catches players' eyes. Not least of the fact that we have an obvious green. I think, that's the most obvious colour when put on black. So I think that is where my eyes are being drawn, and maybe that's where the players will be drawn. But Ace and Shovel, both known for having good strategies that do not align with my own vision of what they definitely should be doing, even though I suck at 1v1.
Honestly, I think if the last game taught us anything, it's that we can speculate all we want, there will just be chaos.
Yeah. But they were listening in on me, they're going to Shibuya Cho. Ace in there first by 0.4 seconds.
Alright, so I haven't looked at the board yet, I'm now looking at...
Okay, no, there's a divergence.
Okay, so platform picked up by 7th Ace, whilst Shovel instead goes for the tape in order to unlock tricks. Let's see how quickly it can do tricks.
Ace going to Hokage.
Suboptimal, but it's fine.
Crane
just a little bit of a slow start for Shovel here.
Yeah.
Also unlocking tricks. Grind, I should say. And going for grind... No, going for tricks. Okay, this was just a bit of a messy unlock sequence from Shovel.
Yeah,
it's going to put it a little bit behind the pace here.
Into points, I want to say. Is there anything else?
There's tricks, there's grind, and there's points. So there are options available here, but you can double unlock tricks and points, and then unlock grind on the way to grind.
You sure there's grind? I'm looking at Dogen grind 10. Where's Shibuya?
Maybe I can't read. Listen,
I think the next bingo season should be the boards in our minds. Whoa! Shovel! Cheeky!
Bus jump? Car jump? That was...
Truck chuck? I don't know.
Truck tech?
Truck tech? We're trucking?
Sweet. We are indeed trucking. So
Shovel with
gets
the moral victory?
a decent... kind of a decent... 2 points in Shibuya. Not incredibly quick, but at least gets out to Benton first.
This is dicey. Because we got Benton Show. Centra Dark is a quick one. Grind 15 and Tricks 40 though do kind of catch your eye. There's you're kind of going for one, you're going to get the other. So the question is, how is Shovel going to deal with these? Shovel already has the tape, so it's got the advantage to that. And if it's going for Centra Dark, then that is available. That is not a problem.
Let's see what Ace does.
Oh, Shovel's spending a bit of time going for Grind 15 and not quite getting it. Ace going straight... Oh, Shovel! Oh, okay, Centra Dark has been marked. That has given Ace... Nope, I was about to say just enough time to move away. No, and Shovel has the tape, Ace does not, but Ace can leave. It is the dark side of dark side. And Shovel having a bit of difficulty unlocking the souls, it seems. I'm looking at the rest of what's available. There is stuff. There's stuff all over the shop.
Yeah, so far, it's been Shovel's execution has been a little lackluster, but it's managed to make the most of that by still kind of getting out to certain areas ahead, mostly getting into 99th ahead of Ace, despite having a bit of a difficulty moving around in Shibuya-cho, but now that's going to come up to kind of catch it. Yeah, another movement mistake here means that Shovel is going to fall quite desperately behind here. Is there any real worth in committing to Darkside still when you're this far behind?
So,
I guess you can.
In my mind, there's Highway 0, left alley.
Yeah, now you know that Ace
you don't want to get that. It's difficult because there are 2 threats happening right now. Wait, potentially even 3.
It's rough. I guess it's going for tricks here in 99. Again, not the most optimal way to route this, but given the situation, making the best of kind of a bad situation. Yeah, it's difficult because you know that Ace reveals in Dino. You could go to Highway 0 relatively safely, but it's a big commitment for just 1 point. So I think backtracking here to 99 tricks is the best you're going to get out of this situation, but it feels bad to leave all these Benton squares on the board, knowing that realistically you don't have the information to be able to make the right choice.
So, Shovel has blocked one of the potential diagonals, which means that, you know, we just got like an angry eyes from Ace, I think. Or V.
V for victory.
V for victory, we'll see. I mean, we're both 5 points each. Ace is kind of uncontested now to
this position I think favors Ace. Basically, even though the points are even, Ace can now go get floating half pipes, can get Highway 0 default, can get probably not Jazz, that's probably worth leaving. And it's actually choosing to leave, meaning that Jazz is the only thing that she could still go for in Benton-cho. Shovel has the advantage into Kogane if that's the choice. Nice little frame boost.
I think Kiba under Tower is the obvious place to go for Shovel right now. Knowing that Ace is, or was in Sky Dino, we've got Kiba under Tower being the obvious bingo blocker.
Does that mean that Ace goes to Hikage for air?
Maybe. I mean, Hikage Graffiti is there, and it does force players into less than ideal situations. I mean,
I do like
Jazz isn't too bad. What the heck?
I like the Suez entrance there, just in case Ace was thinking about setting up a potential row 1, which would have been pretty snappy. It could kind of sneak up on you if you leave that alone. So Shovel doing a good job of blocking bingos, setting up its own bingos, just kind of keeping the game at a neutral state.
I'm curious what the play is for Ace. Because you've got Kibo or bottom point here. So logically, Kibo. Under Tower, Ace could get this with precision. Stall launch.
Stall launch snipe would be hype.
See,
what I was thinking for a moment was that Ace would be willing to trade bingos, but it looks like she's actually going to commit to this Kibo under Tower. We've also got upper platform, which would contribute to a potential row 3 with air and graffiti, but that's like a ridiculous
Ace
play.
is
No
not
one would ever go
risking
for
it,
that play.
which means Shovel has access to Kibo under Tower. Now, it's tricky. Shovel has the option of leaving right here, right now, but is continuing along the lap. Ace...
I think it's worth it, yeah.
Also continuing along the lap, it seems?
There's enough value in Kibo to commit to this lap, pick up the tape, even if you're not going to get air now. It's worth getting the tape since you're in Kibo, right? Like,
absolutely.
You don't have to do a whole lap and then go and get air in the future. Plus, you can get upper platform if you win the race, which at the moment shovelclaws is doing quite handily. So it makes sense.
I'm wondering what's going through Ace's head right now. I think is the big thing. we've got just a swag spray. We've got Shovel continuing on. Getting up a platform at the end is also a nice little block against a threat. There's part of me that's thinking you could just, as weird as it sounds, Kibo Air 4. Oh, that was a bit scary. Kibo Air 4 uses precious time. Even just getting the tape. Because Ace has the tape, Shovel falls, so Ace has the advantage if she wants to leave. Just having the tape lets her get to where she needs to go first. And I think Shovel could have really done with that momentum of just being able to get through the level. Of course, when you're there, you're thinking, I don't want to do another lap. No one wants to do another lap. You know, forget that. I'm just going to get the tape. But of course, unknowingly, this has put Ace in a solid position to maybe get a few snipes in. We'll see. I think Hikage Air 4 might be off the table for Shovel though, which is unfortunate. But if Shovel goes elsewhere, maybe it can make up those points.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a really solid board control game from Shovel. Despite having the movement issues, it's almost like those movement issues helped it in some situations where it was able to get to certain parts of the map ahead of Ace. And now Shovel seems to have settled down a little bit and is kind of schmooving.
Interesting. Shovel opting to get a point, just for the sake of it. I mean, Eckler, do you want to say it? Like, I think we've got to say it, right?
Shovel is winning this game.
That's not what I was going to say. I was just going to say Shovel sending a message. Look, it's for Crocodile Sauna.
Oh, right.
It's a callback to the start of this entire stream.
I forgot about the bit.
So, Shovel sending a message there. 9 to 5. I should make a song about that. Ace has the advantage into Graffiti, and Air 4 is a freebie. But if Shovel plays this right, the time that's going to be utilised to get these squares from Ace could be used to get closer to that ultimate goal of 15 points. I think Laura said it best. Just don't go to Hikage, which Ace with the Air 4 tells Shovel
has all the information it needs now to go and do something else.
I
like
the classic forget you have the tape and you get air.
Yeah. Oh, and the biggest hitbox in the game. Awesome.
Darius just went dead.
Yeah, I think Shovel just did a really good job of setting up that bingo and making sure that Ace responded to it, because she really couldn't bank her own bingos. Shovel has done a lot of like counter bingo strats this game, and they've worked out really well. It's allowing it to maintain the lead. The Graffiti will even things up, but that's a long way off yet. I mean, it's Hikage, it's going to take some time, and that gives Shovel the advantage to just kind of pick up some free points elsewhere on the map without the burden of, having to stay in the game.
I'm wondering if Ace is simply going to do this one side and leave, because doing the entirety
I think
of
is the smarter play here.
Yeah,
I don't think fully committing to Hikage Graffiti at this stage of the game is worthwhile. There's too many other things happening on the board at this stage.
In a language we can all understand, Ace has marked her territory by just picking up that one square. Pre-sprays have been happening, because that is a huge graffiti that you do not want to do. Shovel opting for the kind of wild Chuo Cubby.
It's like a lap of Chuo for Cubby plus special
as well, which would up to 11 points. It is a huge commitment. I was kind of scared that some wackiness was going to happen there, I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it might just be a points game for Shovel, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it does put some interference there, because SDV points cannot be ignored by Ace. And this is going to be the second bingo threat that Shovel has kind of put forward. I know Dogen Grind 10 is still quite a big commitment, but you think, Ace has gone out of Shibuya Cho, he's got to do something while she's out here. So threatening something and giving Shovel the ability to get elsewhere. The big question for me is Ace going to show where she is before Shovel gets, this.
Sure, Storm.
Come on.
Shovel is cooking.
Because this might be the hardest part of this game for Shovel, is figuring out what's the next play. Shovel lacking information that is slightly important until Ace marks SDPP at any or either of the SDPP squares. It is completely possible that Shovel goes for a graffiti in the near future. The big problem is, it's one square and a graffiti would be all Shovel needs. Not knowing where Ace is, but Shovel does have quite a bit of time before it's in a position to make that decision. I think at the same time.
Last time Ace marked something was
Kage Air 4,
some time ago.
Yeah.
Kage Air, which was
multiple minutes
3.5 minutes ago. Oh.
You could almost believe Ace is still doing graffiti.
Yeah, so it's up to Shovel now to try and make that call. It's been so long since Ace marked anything that Shovel might think that she's doing graffiti. And so Shovel is leaving, not risking that Hikage graffiti, which I think is definitely the bait that Ace created by picking up air and leaving. Now Shovel is gaming.
Yes.
Jesus.
Here's the iffy thing for me, right?
Ace fell down there. That's unfortunate. Trying to use the crane to get to that soul and then falling down. That's a problem. That's going to slow her down a little bit. But yeah, so earning a little bit of time back there by kind of baiting Shovel into Benton. Can she use this to her advantage, though? Still bottom point graffiti on the board.
So
now
Shovel
she's locked that in,
one of two
and
things.
Shovel immediately turns around.
Jazz?
So it's going to be a mad rush now to whatever's left on the board. Floating pink half pipes for Ace, then out of map to leave SDPP, and man, it's still an uphill struggle for Ace from here. Like, I can see the route to success, but Shovel is going to be first into the next area, which I would imagine would be bottom point graffiti for Shovel.
So, one thing that's a bit iffy for me at the moment is Ace still has the opportunity for a bingo. It's not an easy one, because, Stadium Jazz and Highway Zero Left Alley both kind of plays your hand to a certain extent. But Akage Graffiti, so far kind of uncontested from Shovel, I think Ace has a distinct advantage with having, 33% of the map already pre-sprayed. It really is going to be interesting, because, Highway Zero is going to be marked. If Shovel makes if Shovel makes a few mistakes, not even that, Shovel's going to be committed to bottom point. Shovel may actually need Dogen Grind 10 as well as Air 4 if Ace is allowed to pick up Highway Zero and Stadium Jazz, which I think Ace is either going to threaten and potentially even pick up later on in the game, or is just going to go and do.
Yeah. What we're going to need here is we're going to need a referee on deck to make sure that this game isn't called when Shovel reaches 15 points, if that bingo is still available. We will play on, even if Shovel reaches that 15 points. Because Ace could still change the points to win by getting that bingo and turn this game around.
Which would be huge. Yeah. If we get to the point where that, kind of threshold is, goalpost, Ace has the opportunity to move the goalposts after they've been set, which would be insane.
Move the goalposts after the penalty has been scored.
Okay, if Ace goes for Jazz, Ace has the opportunity to go grind 10 and Akage Graffiti, and that's it. This is an unfortunate situation for Claws to be in, and this is the reason I was kind of hoping that Claws would turn around and just do Jazz as soon as SDPP was marked. Because Jazz is slow, but when you've got the advantage, that bingo is the only thing that can really throw off the Kibo bottom point play. Or even just going to Kibo and bottom point earlier. I was thinking earlier, Shovel had a threat in both Dogen and SDPP. What's the one area Ace definitely doesn't have to go to kind of block that out? Ace is going for Jazz.
So basically, what it comes down to is if Ace gets this bingo, Dogen Grind probably decides the game.
Yeah. Yeah, because here's the thing, and I'm seeing in chat, Jazz just isn't enough. It absolutely is, because Shovel is deep in the source right now, deep in Kogane. Jazz and one of the square for Ace just makes it so that Hikage Graffiti is a win. It flips the game on its head immediately. This is kind of wild. If Ace plays this perfectly, this is going to be a comeback of the day, I want to say. Maybe comeback of the week, maybe comeback of the month, maybe even comeback of the year.
Don't call it a comeback. That's it.
Perhaps even comeback of the century.
Anyway, 54 seconds on the Jazz race. That's locked in. Hikage Graffiti is the big one now. 7th Ace has already started it up, and shovelclaws is still in bottom point. Shovel will also need Kibo Air and Dogen Grind to win this game, assuming that 7th Ace locks in Hikage Graffiti, and she already has the advantage. We're going to basically give her that square because I don't think that Shovel is going to go and contest that. That would be insane. It comes down to whether she can finish Hikage Graffiti and pick up Dogen Grind, or do so in reverse order, pick up Dogen Grind and then go to Hikage and finish off the Graffiti there, in the time it takes Shovel to do a lap of Kibo and then get to Dogen.
Yeah.
So
Shovel
I think Ace is going to do Dogen Grind
to do Hikage, which is awful for Shovel, honestly. Not because Ace has the advantage to Hikage, but because... is Ace going straight to Hikage, though?
Yeah, I feel like...
This could be weight strategy, honestly, at that point. Unless Shovel got Dogen and Kibo as the counter, Shovel has to basically take a shot in the dark now. If Shovel goes to Hikage, it's over.
Oh, Shovel's leaving.
Ace can weight strap. Woo! Everyone jumping on trucks today.
We're schmoving.
So, here's the thing. If Shovel goes to Hikage, then
sure.
Ace knows what to do. If Shovel marks Kibo, Ace knows grind 10, go for it, get it done, right? Plenty of time. If Shovel marks Dogen grind 10, then Ace is probably in the trickiest position because it is kind of a race to Air 4, right? They both have tape in Kibo. And I think we can say with... Oh my god, Shovel.
Right. Shovel is going to...
Oh no. This is a problem. Because...
This is, of all the plays that could have been made, the worst of the options, I feel.
So here's the thing. Oh my god, Ace. Do you think Shovel has just enough time to get this while Ace does grind in? Unless Ace goes to Air 4 and then I'm just losing my mind, right? Like,
I almost feel like this is Ace kind of reading the situation, understanding like what she needs to do to win, what Shovel needs to do to win, and where pretty much both players are going to be on the map at the moment, and saying, I got time. Like Mr. Incredible in The Incredibles, like
Air 4.
Like I can get one of these.
Shovel could do this. Or not. Shovel's leaving, maybe.
Oh my god. I'm going to lose my mind.
Every time it looks like it's going to flip, it flips. It doesn't flip. It just keeps going. The universe is course-correcting itself to maintain some sort of messed up status quo.
I'm losing my mind.
The players have all the information they need to win.
I did say overthinking is an important part of JSRF bingo. I think that's maybe what both of these players are doing. They both have a tendency to maybe overthink things a little bit sometimes, and that might be what's happening here. Maybe they're just operating on a level that I don't understand personally. Shovel is now going to Doge.
I've always compared some of these matches to like the Princess Bride, but like very much the poison scene in the Princess Bride. If you watch that, you'll understand exactly what's going on here. Shovel's gonna go for grind 10. Which I guess does mean Shovel is closer to Hikage when it inevitably needs to return there.
By Shovel doing this means it needs Hikage to win.
Both squares are poison.
It will be a race to complete Hikage. Ace has the head start in terms of sprays, but Shovel is closer to the level.
Yeah, I think Shovel understands the situation here. There's no way it messes up the maths and thinks, oh, it's 15 points to win right now. I can win this with one square, because that would be a tragic way to lose a match. Is the points to win getting flipped on the final square? This is,
I mean,
concerning.
Like, there were so many opportunities for Shovel to win this game, and this is kind of how I felt about the Shovel versus John series, and Shovel clutched that, but there were also several opportunities for Shovel to win the game earlier than it actually did win the game, and just maybe overcooked it a little bit, and that's kind of what's happening again here.
Okay.
That said, Ace has kind of done the same thing.
So, here's the situation, right? Shovel's going back to Hikage. Ace is going back to Hikage. However, if I remember correctly, Ace has 2/3 of the level done now. Shovel has maybe 9% of the level.
I'm keeping track on the timer here to see just how much of a time advantage Shovel's going to have. It's going to be about 15 seconds into the level, but that is...
But
compared to the time it takes to do the graffiti, probably more like a 15% deficit.
Yeah. Do you think Shovel has the 20 seconds of advantage? Do you think that is going to override having 60% of the level done already?
Yeah, that's where we're at here. Like, Shovel has so much work to do.
9 out of 50. Did Ace not do this side? Is Ace gonna like massively skill issue here? It is Hikage, but this is 25 out of 50. Shovel has to move.
Yeah, it's
and I'm
ridiculously
disappointed
close.
Almost.
But then almost you have to consider it's Hikage Street, and that canagement is a nightmare. Ace entered with more cans with less sprays to complete. Which means that she is going to have a pretty straightforward time, skill issue, unfortunately, in terms of canagement, whilst Shovel will struggle for cans, as we are seeing right here and now.
Yeah, there's the large there. Not a great situation.
Yeah, as Twinkachu said in chat, Ace is pulling victory from the jaws of defeat, from the jaws of victory, from the jaws of defeat, from... That's where we're at.
The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Yeah. We just keep going. Ace on that spray that Shovel's just on.
This is another game that's kind of had everything in that it's had some really good play, particularly from Shovel, kind of like getting control of the early game despite having some movement issues. And then, you know, like both players kind of overthinking things in terms of the win condition. It's insane. Content.
I mean, this is the number one thing about 1v1 that I think is the most like... I think it's the most difficult element of 1v1 to kind of rationalize, is the fog of war is so much worse when you've got one player to kind of base all your decisions off of. The amount of kind of just like weird
blind guessing,
weird actions both players have taken, just pure, down to pure, just got to do something, is mental. Obviously, if you're 2v2, you can kind of see, oh, that person went there. Maybe they're setting it, maybe they're planning something. Those chickens are up to something, But here it's just, I've not seen Ace mark anything since Kibo Air 4. I don't know, I guess it must be Hikage graffiti. Ace with a minor movement
There's
issue,
more guesswork, and thus you have to kind of be more assured in your own game plan. You can't just base your game plan off of what your opponent is doing. You have to be like, I'm going to be working with incomplete information. I need to have a plan. I need to know what I want to do, regardless of what my opponent is doing, and be able to adapt what I'm doing based on any information I do get from my opponent. But it's not a guarantee, it's not a given, like it is in 2v2 when you've got double the players. It narrows the avenues to success in 2v2, where it's there are kind of more optimal plays, more obvious optimal plays when it's 2v2.
Ace marks the graffiti,
there it is.
Moving the points to win to 16 and having 16 points. That was insane.
That was one of our longest games of the day at 29 minutes, and it was just game 1.
Yeah.
We could have 2 more of those to decide our 1v1 bingo champion.
Thank God I've got tomorrow off of work.
I don't.
Yeah, well, skill issue, I guess.
Why are the Brits
Just tell him
commentating
it's
the
the
finals?
King's birthday.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness, Discord is having a moment. Stream, if you can hear me, the robots are taking over.
About time, really. Now I'll have so much leisure time. I can do what I want. Right? I think we all need a little bit of a breather after that. Zans. Discord is exploding.
I fixed it. God bless me.
We're so back. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Here's a Discord life hack. You can change the server region of a VC, and that usually helps. And I'm gonna be real, the amount of frustration when I try to explain it to someone, like, how the heck do I update that, is insane. So, that's your life
doesn't make anything easy.
Oh, it makes it absolutely easy. You just go to edit channel, you scroll down to region override, and you override it. This is like the easiest thing Discord has. Anyway, insane match. Are we going straight into another one? I'm excited to find out. Aces
have another board.
Dancing. I would hope we've got another board.
We have another board. We're pausing for like 2 minutes for players to breathe for a second, and then we'll go.
Awesome. I'll be right back then.
All right, it's me, all alone, looking at this very blue Benton board. That row 4 is interesting. 99th Tricks, Boogie, FRZ, Default, Bottom Point Grind, Bottom Point Default. I mean, it's very hard to just look at a bingo in 1v1 and be like, yeah, I'm going to get that bingo. In 2v2 things move much quicker. You can work with your teammate to get a bingo that's spread across multiple areas. In 1v1, there's much more like setting up and baiting and will I, won't I kind of situation in terms of getting bingos. But that row 4 is kind of crazy. And then you got the column 4 with 2 Highway Zeros, 99th Air, STPP, and Bottom Point Grind. That's also kind of crazy. What else have we got? 99th Air plus 99th points on the row 2, plus Dino STPP. That's a bit slower. 3 souls in Shibuya is very funny. Hikage Grind, Shibuya Grind, and Chuo south of Hayashi. So 2 pretty quick souls, and then Hikage Grind isn't fantastic. Then what else have we got? Let's have a look at the diagonals, because I always forget the diagonals exist, even in the middle of a game when people are working towards the diagonal, which also players seem to forget. Shibuya Grind being in the center of the board is certainly a powerful start.
Oh, just in time.
Welcome back, Ace Bats. Take your pick. Any of these columns and rows and diagonals could be a good bingo, I feel.
I think they're going to go to Benton. That's my hunch.
Yeah. So 95 points air is pretty good off the bat, but despite
none
Benton
of these are
being
good
quite stacked,
bingos on the rows. Is my vibe.
row 4 is alright.
Row 4. That's if you go to Kogane though. That's all over the shop.
That's the thing, right? Is like, unless you want to go to Kogane for that row 4, you don't really want to go to.
If you're looking purely Benton, I think the column 4 is interesting, but even that's not that strong. Column 2, I think, is a bit of a spicy one. But considering you got SDVP in there, but it is a pretty
so it's
vicious
Benton start for both.
Yeah, well, I could have told you that. That's look at the board. You can't see half the squares. You know where they're gonna go.
See, the thing is, though, like, outside of 99, there's not a lot of very fast stuff in Benton. You've got Light Wall Ride, you've got Air, you've got Points. Those are all quick. Tricks is all right, I suppose. And they are both going for Tape. So, is it going to be Air or is it going to be Points? Looks like Air for both, and Shovel misses the unlock. Ace has a little bit of stream delay, so she is slightly ahead, and she will pick that up.
Ooh, yeah.
And Shovel, as the backup here, is immediately going for Points instead. Ace's setup for this might be a little bit faster, though. Depends if Shovel can hit the jump.
Nice.
And locks it in, right? And actually, Ace didn't bother going for it, is instead going for Tricks, and will be able to pick up Light Wall Ride as well. So it'll be a 3-1 split in 99th here in favor of 7th Ace, I would imagine. With shovelclaws now actually immediately leaving Benton, which I don't hate, honestly. Yes, Benton is stacked. No, surprising. Benton is not super amazing at this
Shovel
stage.
turning around.
Never mind. I didn't say.
I mean, that's the thing with this board. It's slimy, creepy, fast, and strong. It's every shape and size. It's Benton.
I didn't get that reference.
Someone in chat has to. You got to say it was a banger. If you know, you know. Shovel going deeper into Benton show.
I mean, that feels like the relatively obvious play when you look at the board, but again, nothing on here screams to me like gotta get that in Benton, you know, straight away. Like Highway 0 on the column 4 is decent. You got the 2 Sky Dinos on column 2 is decent. You've got 4 Benton on the row 5, but one of them is SDPP Graffiti. Jazz is slow. SDPP Points is kind of slow. You've got a Dino default, and then you got 2 Dino defaults on the map, on the board. You got Dino S6. It's just, to me, it's hard to justify committing this much to Benton in the early stages for points that don't really build into anything, which is why I quite like the Ace is looking at the holistic picture here and being like, what can I do with these squares? And it's instead going into Kogane.
Yeah, it's interesting because Benton, if nothing else, gives you some board control. But if Ace is uncontested in Kogane right now, Tricks 40 is all you need. Look at those squares. I mean, you were saying, and I doubted you, that, you know, there's some value there.
Bottom left to top right is kind of silly, but I like it. Bottom point is pretty strong. When you've got grind is very quick, you got defaults, you got points, you got catwalk near cube. Like, just doing a lap of bottom point for 4 points is not bad, especially when you consider the board control it gives you.
Ooh.
And it contributes towards that top left to bottom right as well if you go for the defaults. It also helps contribute towards the silly row 4. It also helps contribute towards just kind of blocking off all of shovelclaws' squares. You know, it's only picked up 2 squares so far. One of them's basically all blocked off already, and then bottom point.
Just missed
actually,
a
bottom point doesn't do anything
there
to block the other square, but it just kind of really limits shovelclaws' options. Going into Dino, you know, you could see maybe Shovel work on the column 2, but then bottom point blocks that. Dino
Here's the thing.
It's just points, really,
Shovel
isn't it?
knows there's a problem at this point, and Shovel's really got to fight to fix this, and I don't know how. Ace has got such a point lead, and Shovel is as deep as you can go. It doesn't get much deeper than the Sky Dinosaurian Square, and Ace on the opposite end of the map, uncontested.
This is rough for shovelclaws.
Yeah, and Ace mopping up points, really. I mean, 14 points to win. Ace is already on 7. Shovel on 2. It is going to take a slight miracle, I think, to pull this one back. I mean, miracles do happen. We saw it last game, but it's not a good early game, and Shovel really needs to figure out how to play against Ace while also not really having the opportunity to chase Ace, I think, is the other thing. You can't go all the way to Kogane and block a square.
The struggle here is Shovel kind of got a bit of grace in the previous game, where it made some movement mistakes, but it actually ended up, not too bad because it managed to get to areas ahead. It didn't get necessarily sniped. It was just making kind of poor trades, but getting to areas faster and staying in the game. This time, those mistakes have been punished much more severely by Ace, and she is just kind of moving around the map, making minimal mistakes, and just cleaning house on this board right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think
what control. I mean, what can Shovel build with these squares? Realistically, nothing except for the row 5, which has STPP graffiti.
Yeah, there's no real bingo threats here. And Ace having so much power in Kogane, it's really difficult to see the play. I mean, the points have gotten close to each other, right? 5 to 7. I know Ace is on her way to get another point,
but just look at where, like you said, where shovelclaws is right now. Where do the next points come from if you're shovelclaws? And it's 2 tape souls in STPP, which require it to then go and get the tape and then unlock special, which takes forever. It's just not realistic, is it? Then there's Jazz that takes a long time. There's Highway 0 special that requires you to do a lap in the furthest reaches of the map. STPP graffiti, right? And then your next best options are Chuo south of Hayashi should be a grind, or going into Kogane. In terms of controlling the map as well as the board, Ace has just put on a masterclass here.
I'm gonna say something. I think Shovel has one chance to pull this game back into winnable territory, and that is nothing else. Unlock Boogie, get the godliest stall launch of its career, and unlock Boogie. Ace spending a bit of extra time in FRZ as well. That Boogie square, it doesn't.
It's the most important thing for Shovel right now.
Yeah, it blocks the 2 biggest threats, and with Ace marking FRZ there, it's possible that Ace does a lap of Kibo, but Shovel would just need to get that direct stall launch right into the courtyard.
Oh, it looks like Ace is gonna have the advantage into Kibo by quite some distance here.
Yeah.
You feel like you can give Ace maybe 1 or 2 missed stall launches here, or even just a tunnel stall launch.
I think she might go for the lap. I think with the information she has, she plays it safe, because nothing would be worse than
unless Shovel just hits every frame boost. Hold on,
2 frame boosts there. Okay. So, Ace going for the stall launch. This
let's go Ace
can either go really, really well or really, really badly for Ace. Looks good, and that's a tunnel. Okay.
All right, that'll do nicely. Let's go Ace.
I think
first try stall launch for Ace. That's character growth.
Yeah, no, I don't even think Shovel can catch up here. This is, unless Ace messes up the climb slightly. Even then, Shovel is coming up on the stall launch.
This will put Ace at 12 of 15 to win, with a second bingo still building.
Yeah.
Shovel is playing catch up significantly here. Even a boogie warp here, I don't think is going to be enough.
And
it does hit the boogie wall. Credit where it's due. Made it a lot closer than it otherwise would have been. But with boogie locked in by 7th ace, that is a bingo. 12 points to 5, 3 to win for 7th ace.
That is heartbreaking. Outside of just getting to Kibo sooner, which, you know, a bit of more optimization in Sky Dino might have been able to do it. Shovel did everything right there, and it is heartbreaking that Ace was just closer. You know, Ace just had the time.
That comes from 7th Ace's game plan in kind of just sending Shovel to the far reaches of the map by taking everything that was worthwhile in the early areas, beating out Shovel in terms of those, you know, those races to the early squares, the priorities. Shovel's options were, you know, craft some kind of batshit insane bingo plan or take the more obvious squares on the board, which Shovel has shown a tendency to do. And with that bingo locked in, Ace picking up grind, I think that's the call for GG.
There's a non-zero chance that, it's being called here. Bingo ended. I'm seeing in the feed. That may have been called a GG's, and understandable. 5 to 13 with Ace building a Shibuya grind 10. Bingo. That first game was insane. That second game
so
was
close,
heartbreaking.
back and forth.
I want to give huge respect to that Boogie Warp though. That was... If Ace had just messed up stall launch once there, or even have just done a lap, that would have been Shovel's. Ace capitalized perfectly on her time advantage there, and
yeah, I mean that's Ace at her very best.
You hate to see it.
I love to see it, honestly. As much as, you know, it would have been great to see Shovel, go further in this contest. That is Ace at her very best. You know, manipulating the time spent on the map just to perfection.
Ace, I don't think you realise just how fortunate you were. You got first try stall launch there.
Dude, if I was a little bit faster in Sky Dino, I win. I win Boogie too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was heartbroken. That was... I said you needed to go straight to Boogie. You needed the most cracked stall launch of your life going straight
and I got
to
one.
Boogie Warp. And you hit it. But Ace was just a bit closer. And
man, yeah.
I'm genuinely upset right now. Ruined my birthday.
Nah, it's okay. I'm glad everyone's rooting for me, but also I think there's a reason that Ace made it to Grands, and I am the why the fuck am I here player, because I'm less consistent.
Put on a very good show in game 1.
Yeah, game 1 was fantastic.
You proved why you were here, Shovel. I
appreciate that.
In game 1, you had a reasonable opener into a really, really, really sick mid game.
I genuinely think that mid game was flawless. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
Functionally flawless, yes.
I was commented on it, the way
away.
that you recovered from having a little bit of a rough early game where you didn't quite get what you wanted out of the early game, and then you just rolled with it and just brought the game right back to you.
That's all you can ever do, is you just have to play from behind, and I think I am one of the best players from playing from behind. I think I'm really fucking good at it, and hopefully I show off why I think that.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it's hard.
You went from being marked for death by John in the semi-finals to pulling out that slingshot and getting to the finals. That is huge in and of itself.
Yeah, really, really impressive stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And
genuinely, that was so sick, and I'm just... It builds a lot of, confidence, respect, etc. That was legitimately so good.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no. Dude, I feel like the one thing I need to get a lot better at is just trusting my fucking gut. Because in that second game, as soon as you marked Trix 40, I was like, why is Ace doing Trix 40? I can just go to bottom point now. And it didn't make any sense to me. And I was like, I have a ton of points in Benton. I could just stay Benton, and maybe Ace's plan is to stay Benton. And we fight it out in Benton, where I should have just listened to my gut. I don't know. I should have just trusted that I can make good plays, and that I made a good play. God damn it.
We trust gut.
super good, and then we would have been functionally tied 4-4. You would have taken the points 100k out of 99th. I would have taken Winding Rails, and then I was going to try and say, okay, we're 4-4 after that, but I have like a 10-second lead out of bottom point, probably 10. How do we use that and go from there? That was probably going to be go Kibo to threaten the diagonal, force you into really garbage Shibuya, and then go from there. But that was kind of the idea. So
I mean, that's kind of what I commented on, is your ability to just understand how long every objective on the map takes, and then force your opponent into doing the ones that take longer, and using that extra time that you gain to just run away with the game. That's what you're the best at.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Playing against Ace has trained me very, very well to always be playing for the time advantage, because if Ace catches you where most of the time she wants you, which is behind her, then you're not going to be able to play to your own conditions. She's really good at it, and I feel like I definitely kind of saw that into that play, but I just chose to avoid it entirely by going the opposite way. Unlucky, but yeah, no, this is a really
great run.
Thank you, I appreciate
really,
it.
really good bingo.
Yeah, definitely one of some of the best bingo I've ever played, and I haven't really practiced.
Yeah, I think I said that about the match against John. That was probably, almost definitely the best bingo we've ever seen from you.
Yeah, game one was unbelievable. You will hear lots of shovel glazing from me.
I'm excited to watch it back. I'm gonna go do that after stream cuts, but yeah, like, dude, fuck, I need a sub 140 so bad.
That's what you take out of this, huh?
Yep, that's it.
After all this, it's like, you know what? I want to play more JSRF.
I mean, it's true, but also I need one. I don't know. I just keep putting off playing any percent because it's hard, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get better at this game unless I do any percent at this point. I've gotten all I can out of bingo. I know the strategy. I just need to get the better movement, and any percent's gonna do that.
Doesn't hurt.
And then MPG. And then Hundo.
Right.
And then it just never ends, really.
Alright, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
And then Anthology.
Right. Wow.
I mean, what?
It is now.
We're talking about Anthology. It's time to get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta go.
It's back it up.
This is supposed to be a one-day thing, and it's actually 5 minutes past midnight, so not a one-day thing anymore.
So true.
It's not in UTC. It's not. It's 11:05.
I'm gonna be honest. This was shorter than I expected it to be. We haven't even been live for 6 hours yet.
Wait, didn't I say
thanks
it's gonna be
to
6
the
hours?
3 players that dropped out again.
Ace was exactly right, actually. Ace was like, I'm predicting this will be 6 hours, and we are currently at 5 hours and 58 minutes live.
Awesome.
So, good work, Ace.
Thank you.
Yeah, before I cut stream, I have to thank all of the people that I always have to thank again. Did I write this down somewhere? I don't think I did. That's fine.
The contributors list is here, at least.
Yeah.
So it's gone.
No,
that's true.
I messed up.
I know. I suck at this. No, okay, I have this. I know this. Who all worked on this? Kev. Thank you, Kev, for making us more board sites, like, super last minute.
We trust Kev.
We trust Kev for real. Thank you for that. It was so helpful. And it was so exciting that it worked. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you, players, obviously. Thank you, everyone who played in this special. Thank you, Shovel and Ace. That was some of the craziest bingo we've ever seen. Oh my god. Having an upset in the semifinals like that was wild.
Yeah.
And then, of course, thank you, Bingo Wizards. Thank you, Ekla and Ace, for making us a new functional stream layout in what's supposed to be our off-season downtime.
Please, it is now our off-season.
It is officially our off-season. We're doing nothing else. Thank you, Bats, for the intro video. Thank you, Bats and Ekla, for commentating so much. Also, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I think that's all the thank yous. Yay!
Yeah.
Some of this will be up on YouTube at some point, so if you want to watch some of this back, you can find it there. And we'll be back next spring, maybe. With
2026.
2026, probably later in the year than usual, with more 2v2.
Yeah.
Already
getting
2026.
Back-to-back champion.
Yeah!
Whoa! We've got an important one. Shoutouts to Twinkachu for wrangling everyone and trying to get everything set up and going through the gauntlet.
Leo and Tech
having
way to go.
set 6 different players and trying to get them all set up tech-wise and getting everything streamed and doing everything and dealing with all the curveballs in the last few days. Like, goddamn.
Yeah,
like, this would not have happened without Twinkachu.
I love streaming for 6 hours straight. Yay!
JSRF Bingo continues to be the best organized tournament ever.
The greatest to ever do it.
Many are saying this.
Alright. Does anyone have a good outro bit? I don't have one.
No.
We can do the usual.
That's true.
Who wants to say it?
Who wants to say it?
That's
your job.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had a good time. And remember, it doesn't matter if you don't know the lingo. You're all welcome at Jet Set Radio Future Bingo.
Bye!
Yay! The dumbest fucking